That's a real problem. Whether it be tendon and ligament injuries, whether it be whatever. I've got vet clinics that I've worked with for years that I immediately get sent x-rays. Vet in the next few days probably gonna pick up the phone and call me. She'll call me. She might throw rocks at me sometimes, but sometimes I'll need that to get my attention got. And, but you've got to work as a team. When you're dealing with performance horses, we've got to be working together. Our trainer has to be in the loop. Our saddle has to work. And hopefully, between all that, the trainer's getting the rider in a position that will sort of work despite everything else. And to get a horse really performing and working at the top, that's all it takes. If anybody, y'all know, do you ever remember the story of Pegasus? He was gone because he was in my house the time you were around, Doc. Doc Redden used to get these horses in out of the wild for this research deal. The helicopter crew named this horse Pegasus because when he galloped, his front legs flailed around like this. According to Doc, he was not foundered, but because of his bone column alignment, his pastern's been busted up when he was young. They figured he was a few months of age, probably within a few weeks of age, probably got him busted up. But he walked on the inside of the edge of his foot, and he developed these big flares. When they brought him in, he was hurt staying in his valley, according to the stories from the BLM people. Last few years of his life, he came down to North Carolina. He lived with me. But look at this. People talk about the wild horses having the perfect feet. Oh, they were tough feet. But I'd be willing to bet you something. He had a more animated, more lifted trot than your dressage horse ever has. Now, he walked awkward, but when he galloped, he would jump stuff, like jump a ditch. And he had so much movement in his shoulders, so he could jump and it's like he still landed light. But he learned how to work around what he had. And he wasn't a real big guy, but he was tough. And when people start talking about the perfect wild horse's foot, this guy came into the wild with feet like this. He didn't let it stop him. He didn't know anything was wrong with him. In fact, he was sure nothing was wrong with him. So anyway, this is Pegasus, and he was an interesting character. There he is later in life, and you see what his front pasterns look like. His favorite thing was eating. And this is Dolly. Dolly belonged to the late Tony Gonzalez, and Tony did a lot of work with upper body alignment and relationship shoeing, and he was one of my many mentors. Thank you. These are some of the sources of information that I draw from. The drawings that I had up there are from the late Tony Gonzalez also. And I always refer to Dr. R.F. Redden. Look him up. He's done some interesting stuff out there over the years. And when it comes to diving into podiatry problems, deep, heavy, and hard, that's where I send people. Thank you very much. There's a couple of old timers we had at the house, and y'all have a good day. Thank you.